Welcome to my channel. Today I want to have a chat about soul purpose and just be in flow with what's going to come out. But I definitely want to talk about how people in your 3D life that are not on this journey will not resonate, and it will feed the fear-based energy, and how it's so important that if you are being pushed in a certain direction to change your job or change city or change, open up a business or whatever it is that you're being drawn to that's in alignment with your soul, your friends and your family that are not on this journey, and it's not that they don't want or can't support you, they will come from a place of their own level of consciousness, which will be with limiting beliefs, and it will be with fear-based energy. And so it's just really important on this journey to really trust your soul and go inwards and connect with like-minded people. Now, I definitely have friends in my life that are incredibly supportive that are not on this journey, but it is about being really conscious about who you're talking to about what your plans are, because it could slow you down, and you're not here to be slowed down. So you're here to change frequency and appear like you're slowing down, but you're actually speeding up, especially when you get into purpose. Anyway, so let's crack into this one. So welcome, I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. Now, I'm super excited. I'm just buzzing because I've just come off a soul purpose workshop that I do in my membership. So in that membership, I do a variety of things, but I do 2 weekly coaching sessions every week, so twice a week. One is on soul purpose, and the other one is more to do with balancing your energy, the twin flamey stuff. So, but essentially they're kind of all one and the same, really, because we evolve from one over to the other as we make the shifts into closer alignment with our soul. But let's talk about soul purpose. And the reason why I just got off that today and was just really vibing, it's like I can't believe that my life has evolved so fast. And at the time, of course, when we're going through ego death and we're going through those big oscillations, it does not feel like it's going fast. But what happens on this journey is energetically we slow down, but then we manifest faster. Things start shifting very fast. And that's why, detaching from 3D, and what I mean by detaching from 3D is getting out of all your seeking and addictive energy so that you can really focus in on you and pull all the energy back to you. The sooner you can do that and navigate it, the quicker things will move for you. Anyway, I'm just pumped because it was so amazing to have all these people just there in the group. Collectively, we're just vibing, and to know that I'm there shining my light and helping others to see their light just fills my cup every single day. I just love it. And this is the abundance, right? This is the abundance that we're kicking into. You see, we are abundance. Our soul is abundance. And the abundance is not money for me. I couldn't care less about the money. And do I have loads of money? No, I do not. But it's the people that just gets me, and it always has. And seeing their faces light up and going, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, if I just shift through this, I can definitely do this. And you absolutely can. I think I had 18 people on that session today. Now, look, that may not seem a lot, but it actually is. And that's just who turned up. And that's not counting those that will actually watch it later, because there's a lot more in the community group, loads more. And it's always growing every single day. And no, this is not a pump sales tip for that. It's just sharing my experience and, how we shift into this stunning energy where we're really anchored and centered, and we're just expanding so much because our soul is now driving the ship. So soul purpose can be a variety of things. It can be like me, where I've stepped out of my corporate world and I've started doing my own thing. And as my energy has really come into its own frequency, not with all the distorted stuff that I had to work through, I'm expanding more and more and more and more. And, you know, my purpose is just coming alive, and I know where it's going to pivot, and it's just that it's pivoting. And, you know, so it can be something like this, right? It could be that you are working in the corporate structure, but you want to remain there, but your job needs to change. It could be that you want to do volunteer work. It could be that you already are in your purpose and you have a business, but you need to elevate it and expand it. It could be any of those things. It could be that you just love doing women's circles. I'm going to my very first women's circle this weekend, and I'm really excited about it. And this woman, she started up this Facebook group. She's moved from another country to New Zealand, and she's establishing herself, and it's the first actual women's circle she's ever done. And I want to support that, and I want to go. And you know, it's those sorts of things. It can be any of those things. And so it's just about knowing what your soul is calling you to do. And how do you know what your soul is calling you to do? You get off social media, you get off YouTube, and you connect in with self. And you allow soul to work through you. Soul does not work noisily. Soul is the quiet, the simple nudges, and everything just happens, and it's seamless and it's in flow. I was chatting to somebody yesterday, and she has been living in this apartment, and she wanted to get out of it because energetically she just needs to get out. And she's initially was in all this fear-based energy about affordability and, you know, just the stories that we tell ourselves. And then she was at home having a few days off, and she went, you know what, I'm just going to have a look. So she had a look. So the short version of the story is she went up, she's in a beautiful, what the 3D world would call a high-level postcode. I never really operated like that in New Zealand, but anyway, we're only just getting into postcodes. But she said it's like very affluential, and affluent is the word I'm looking for. And it's all that kind of energy. And she said to me, but I walked in and I just knew. And suddenly it was like, you know, the amount of bedrooms that I needed so I can set up my own business. And it just all happened. And guess what? She's moving in on the 11th of the 11th. I'm like, oh, damn. That's how soul works. Instead of getting into the fear-based energy and thinking, oh, I'm never going to get a place, and I'm, you know, stressing and striving and all this kind of stuff, it just happens. And she said, I can't believe it just happened. It was like, I just went, oh yeah, I'll just go and look at it. And then before I knew it, I was being asked if I want the property and come pick the keys up on 11/11. And that's how soul works. This is when you know it's soul, your higher self. It's dropping little nuggets and you're listening to it. You're not going to find your purpose on YouTube. You're not going to find your purpose out in the 3D world. You're going to find it in here. Soul will bring it to you. Soul might bring in a person and into your life, for an example, and suddenly you're doing things. I've got a couple of friends on this journey and they know who they are, and I'm like, I feel like I'm the bullying them all into their soul purpose. But it's like, I know who I am, and I know my energy, and I am very much that glue, you know, and I always have been. I've been called the glue through my whole life. Now it all makes sense. And, you know, and so one of them's come on and done coaching with me, and the other one's doing some stuff as well. Nothing to do with me. She's got her own beautiful gifts and talents going on. But it's like, you know, I know that I've been quite influential in a beautiful way to say, you can do this. Like, just get on with it. You can do it, right? And that's what happens. Soul will bring in the people that you need, that you resonate with, to help you on your journey. And yeah, you know, I just got this beautiful email off somebody that was actually in this session, and she sent me this lovely email, and she wrote down in this email the different people that have supported her on this journey, right? And I thought, yep, that's what happens. We resonate with different people, different coaches at different parts, depending where we are energetically. And there is not one person that's going to help you on your journey. There's going to be multiples. And it's all about resonance. It's all about frequency. So this is, like I say, it's just a little chat, but your soul purpose, if it's, say, in a job, like as an employee, and it could be, I don't know, you could be a doctor, you could be a nurse, you could be a school teacher, you could be a lawyer, you could be the person that's doing all the rubbish pickups. I mean, it could be anything, right? But start being the energy you want reflected to you. If you know that those things are your purpose and you're in them, start being the energy that you want reflected back to you, because that's important. What is your highest timeline for you feel like? And write that down. I did this exercise for myself, and I wrote this down months and months and months ago. She is expressive. She is loving to herself and holds space for herself. She is, I'm just trying to think of some of these words that I wrote down. She knows how to hold herself and not be triggered by others. She has a loving connection with herself. She reflects out her energy and knows that she's shining her light for others to resonate with. This is the stuff that I wrote down. I wrote 2 pages. This is just something that was coming to mind. But it's a really good exercise to do to help you shift energetically. Like, really tap into your energy, your soul energy, and go, what does it feel like for me, and how do I want to express myself in this world, and am I there yet? And if I'm not, then let's start doing that, at least in my workplace, because what you'll find is people can only ever mirror you back, and and then eventually you'll find no one's going to trigger you. And because you are really anchored and centered in on yourself, and the more you emanate and radiate out your soul frequency, not push, radiate, the more it will get reflected back through other people around you. And before you know it, your workplace will have changed just through your energy. That's how powerful you are when you're in your soul frequency. Equally, if you're in a business where you're selling high-end products, you better make sure that you believe in those high-end products and don't have limiting beliefs. If you're working in a job where you're selling high-end products, and I used to many years ago, you've got to make sure that your energy can sell that product. Because if you have limiting beliefs around it yourself, you're going to struggle. These are the things that are really important when you are in your soul frequency. When you're in your soul purpose, or that's coming online for you, is you've got to believe in you. And that, when I mean that, I mean at an energetic level. And that will expand as well, because as you're releasing the fear-based energy and coming more centered and anchored into your soul frequency, you will believe in yourself like you have never ever believed in yourself before. And it's all about your energy. See, for me, I recently, as I've discussed, I closed down the Facebook group, because actually I want to work with people that are ready to step up and invest in themselves and are in that frequency and are ready for my energy. That's the people that I want to attract in, and because that's where I know, one, it fills my cup and it will fill their cup up. Because if I stayed in this lower frequency of me, right, of 3-4 years ago, for an example, I'm going to attract in the same, and we're just going to feed off each other. We're feeding fear-based energy off each other. When you really elevate, it's really important that you know the frequency that you need to be embodying and emanating and believing, so that you attract in that same. It's really important, because you want to, if you're coaching like I am, or whatever it is that you're doing, like I'm going to go back and consult and do workshops and stuff like that. That company needs to resonate with my energy. Otherwise, it'll just be a dying, slow death, and it just won't work. I need a company that's ready to listen to my message about masculine, feminine energy in the workplace, that they resonate, that, yeah, we need to make some change. And if they're ready for that, and they're ready to look at things a little bit more holistically, as opposed to, the fear-based cut costs. Always love that one. Cut costs, strip the labour back. Some of you will listen to this and go, yeah, I get it. screw everything down to whatever. It's fear-based energy. How about we work on the energy in the workplace? How about we tap into people's feminine energy and stop squashing them into masculine boxes where they're so constricted and constrained? And guess what? You won't need to pull down your labor budget and cut labor costs and all that stuff. You'll be upping it. I would put my money on it. You will be upping it. How do I know this? Because I live and breathe it every single day. Live and breathe it. I've already had 2 people doing some work for me, and there is no Kathleen sitting back and going, oh, I could actually do this for myself. Yeah, I could, but guess what it does? It suffocates my energy. I am expansive. I have a voice. I want to use it. I don't want to be stuck behind my laptop creating things all day, every day. That would do my head in. And so it's also about in your purpose, in your business, whatever you're doing, even if you're a manager in a business, it's about knowing what to let go of and hand it to somebody else so that you're not constricting yourself, because constricting yourself is limiting patterns. It's belief patterns. And when you smash through those patterns and you realize you're the soul and you are limitless, believe me, your sales will go through the roof. You'll have the most phenomenal culture in your team. You will not be cutting costs. You won't need to, and your profit line will go up. I can guarantee it. It's got nothing to do with cutting costs and screwing people over and reshuffling the team and making people redundant just to save an extra 20k a year. I mean, honestly, I've seen it. I'm having a good little chat today, but I've seen it all. And you just keep getting more of the same. What you put out is what you get back. What you focus on, this is a big one in the corporate structure. What you focus on, you will receive, right? So if you focus on cutting costs and being a bit skimpy in that place, you're just going to get more of the same. That is not the frequency you want to be operating your structure, your team from. You want to be operating from the structure of, let's look at the team energetically. Let's look at my own business energetically. If you are in the workplace, look at your own energy and start elevating it. If you are a manager in your workplace, start looking at your energy and see how you can shift that energy for you first. Be the energy you want to reflect back to you, and I can guarantee you your team will shift without no doubt. And I also can almost guarantee you will probably get a promotion. And this is what happens on this journey. I see it all the time. It's unfolding. It's got nothing to do with anything in the physical world. It's got nothing to do with cutting costs and playing small. It's everything about your energy and elevating the energy within yourself, so then it elevates out in your team and reflects back to you. So that is what this is all about. So soul purpose is going to be unique and individual to everybody, but essentially, I guess the main message here is that it's all energy, and you need to reflect, you need to embody that energy first. And so you need to tap into your soul energy and really start to go, right, what's the change that I want to see in my team or in my workplace or in my business or in the place where I do voluntary work, or in the team that I captain or that I'm the coach for, anywhere, the classroom that I lead, because I'm a teacher. It's your energy. If your energy is flat, you're going to have flat students. Just really start looking at things from a very different set of lenses. Anyway, that's my message for today. As always, sending lots of love.